forms rain.
Over on the left, is that like originally a crater that was, or a cauldron that was eroded on this side?
Yeah, this whole area, this was a shield volcano, so it just made craters and mountains, and it did it for 35 miles.
It's incredible.
So what makes mountains? Like plate tectonic type thing, or what? How does that work?
I don't think he heard you, Marvin.
How are mountains formed? Is it by like plate tectonics, or that they flip?
So there's one tectonic plate that formed all the Hawaiian Islands. And so the lava would spurt out, and then the tectonic plate would shift north. So the most northerly island is Kauai, and then Oahu, and then Molokai, Maui, Kaho'olawe, and then Big Island is the newest. So it's still on that original hole, and it is that original hole is the Kilauea volcano that's spewing out lava as we speak. I flew over that for a couple years.
Now, were they still flying in the volcano until recently?
We never flew right in it. We always maintained auto rotation glide away from the hot lava. But recently they put up a temporary flight restriction because every helicopter company and their brother was out flying, and they were trying to do rescue efforts, and people were sad because they lost their homes, and then they had people flying over taking pictures, so they put a temporary flight restriction over, and so the helicopters had to stay pretty far away. But the glowing red lava was so brilliant that you could see it from miles away. Now we're coming over Kahana Beach. Nice place to pull off the side of the road and have a picnic.
Remember Kahana Beach? We'll go ahead and have a picnic on the way back. Do you see a lot of rock slides? Can you see them from up here? I mean, have you witnessed one before, one of those big rock slides?
So those are all those red spots. I haven't really witnessed one as it happens. It's very rare, but it does. In fact, we're going to come into the Sacred Valley. There used to be a hiking trail in here, and they closed it because there was a landslide. So it gets really muddy and rainy, and it's such a vertical slope that it gives way.
Now the Sacred Falls is where Jurassic Park was filmed, or is that all of this was Jurassic Park?
All of it was. Alright, so Daniel, the waterfall's out on your side. We're going to make a sweeping turn. You guys get your cameras ready.
Curious, where does the water come from the Sacred Falls? Where is it, like a lake up here, or an ocean, or?
So the top is very porous and very spongy with lots of ferns and moss. So it'll rain, and then it will store that water like a sponge, and then it'll seep in, and so that waterfall is pretty much always going out 90% of the time.
Because I saw on there some way to take a canoe there or something and then try to hike there. Is that true?
What was that?
They had online that a lot of people try to take a canoe there or hike there to Sacred Falls.
No way. No. It's too rugged, way too rocky. You can hike up to where it gets really vertical, and then there's like a gate there and you can't go any further. But even before you get to where they've blocked it off, it's rugged. This looks all nice and fuzzy, but if we got down in there, just these little trees that look like bushes, they're 200 feet high. It is really steep, very rocky, very slippery, muddy. I hiked up just one of these little valleys one time, and I was wiped out at the end of the day. And I was looking up at the trees going, wow, these things are huge. I think I'd rather sit in this air-conditioned helicopter with soft seats and nice music.
Definitely.
I like the Indian in the background. That's pretty awesome.
So that little town that we just passed out on the right is Laia. That's where we've got the Polynesian Cultural Center, Brigham Young University, and the Temple of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And then this next town is Kahuku. That's where we've got, well, they're famous for high school football and roadside shrimp. Those rectangular ponds are shrimp farms.
What do those propellers do?
Oahu's trying to go 100% green energy, so those are wind turbines. So by the year 2045, they're looking to go with the solar panels and wind turbines 100% clean energy on Oahu.